Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling.
This is a highly experimental build and not for people who want to be completely handheld. The focus of this video is on early progression up to about day 4 or 5, but I'll have build update write-ups in the description as I experience the build throughout the Leaguestart. Bodyswap Sacrifice is a transfigure gem, which teleports you to an enemy for an explosion, dealing area damage based off of your max life. If there are damageable minions nearby, Bodyswap will prioritize teleporting towards them instead of enemies, and that explosion gets a lot of minion max life as base fire damage, and substantially more area effect, which got buff dispatch from 200% mod to 300. Minion explosion doesn't scale with spell damage, flat or percentage, meaning that our scaling vectors for the damage are percentage fire damage, percentage elemental damage, and minion damage once we have taken spiritual aid notable. If I were to describe the playstyle, it's somewhat similar to Consecrate Path of Endurance, but instead you teleport slightly backwards to your minions instead of forward. To make the experience less clunky, put in heavy focus on scaling area effect and convocation cooldown recovery, so that minions get recalled more often. This build is even remotely league-startable only on Elementalist thanks to Leech of the Primordial. The important part about the notable is that our golems respawn 4 seconds after they detonate with Bodyswap. Later I intend to swap to Dark Marionette Spectres that have the same effect. More on that later. I'm a novice when it comes to caster leveling on Leaguestart, so I'll just stick to well-established role in Magma into Armour Brand Karima in late Act 3 until the end of the campaign. After Merklab, I intend on swapping to Bodyswap Sacrifice. For this, you need the gem itself, as well as Stone Golem of the Hordes, to have 6 max golems to blow up instead of 4. Once again, Bodyswap's minion detonation doesn't scale with spell damage, so we drop spell damage passives on the tree and look for generic increased percentage fire on minion damage on gear. I tried Bodyswap Sacrifice after normal lab at level 34, and while it's functional, it lacks AoE to be usable. If you want to entertain yourself with that idea, you should add Ignite and Proliferation to make it more bearable. This is what I expect to be day 2 gear, but I might make more updates along the way. At this point I still run golems, and I have Replica Stimpy to get the big damage boost, while utilizing Pragmatism to boost Stone Golem levels. I got some Scout Cluster Jewels with Primordial Bond at the front. You need one of these notables to have Primordial Bond at the front, Renewal, Race and Pillage, or Rotten Claws. I'd like to run Primordial Might and Polaric Devastation, but I don't include them here since the price for these items varies a lot between the leagues. They might be as cheap as a couple of Chaos and might be as expensive as like a few Divines. As I mentioned earlier, I'll switch to Dark Marionette Spectres later since it has a lot better scaling. For this you need Dark Monarch with Spectre roll, you wanna get Delclaws for +2 to suck at minion gems, +1 to maximum number of Spectre's body armor, and Congregation support if the gem is not too expensive, otherwise pick it up later. And obviously you need Dark Marionettes, 14 if you got all the items I mentioned earlier, and 10 without Congregation. You can pick up any Dark Marionettes. The difference between Imperfect and Perfect version is an additional explosion from Dark Marionette itself, as well as 10 to 12% Scourge they inflict. And this is very far from the ceiling. I plan on getting Block Cap, 90% max res, and switching to Crit instead of LA Overload down the line, but that's something for week 2 onwards. Again, I'll have build write-ups in the description and maybe a video later going over the min-max version of the build once I get there. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching and have a good one.